We're seeing some really interesting things happening in the world of AI right now. While English has kind of dominated the field for a while, there's a huge development in Arabic language AI that we need to talk about.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's been a long time coming, but the Arabic language, with hundreds or millions of speakers, it's finally getting the attention it deserves in AI. And today we're going deep on Jay's AI.
Jay's AI, the UAE's advanced Arabic large language model, that is. And to help us break it all down, we've got this fantastic publication from University 365 titled Jay's AI, UAE's breakthrough Arabic language model, reshaping the global AI landscape. So we're going to be diving deep into this today.
This publication is a gold mine of information. We'll be covering everything from the origins of Jay's AI to its potential impact. And joining us to share her insights is Anna Connard, a professor at University 365 and one of the co-authors of this very publication.
All right, so let's get right to it. Can you give us the background on Jay's AI, what sparked its creation, and what was the vision behind it?
Well, JACE was launched in August of 2023. It represents a really big push by the UAE to become a leader in Arabic AI. And they've got a pretty incredible team working on this. Inception, which is a G42 company, the Mohammed bin Zayed University of Artificial Intelligence, MBZU AI for short, and Cerebra Systems, which are known for their high-performance computing hardware.
It sounds like they really assembled a powerhouse team. And I'm curious about the name Jay's. Is there any special meaning behind that?
Oh, absolutely. They named it after Jebel Jais, the highest peak in the UAE, so it really symbolizes how ambitious this project is. But it's more than just building an Arabic-speaking AI, it's about filling a critical gap.
Right, because existing AI models can work with Arabic to some extent, can't they?
They can, but it's limited. Like, you have models like GPT-4, Paul-M, and Ulama. They have some Arabic language processing, but as the University 365 publication puts it, it's heavily diluted. They
Yeah.
can translate some things, but they miss the nuance, the cultural context, the specific ways Arabic is used in different dialects. And we're talking over 400 million speakers with many regional variations.
So it's not just about the words themselves, it's about a deeper understanding of the language and the culture behind it.
Exactly. Joe's was designed from the beginning to truly understand those nuances, the different Arabic dialects, the context, the cultural references. That way, it can give much more accurate and relevant responses in Arabic.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, a project of this scale, it must have required a lot of investment. So what's the story behind the funding, and why is Jay's considered so strategically important?
So Jay's is a big part of the UAE's national AI strategy. They want to be a leader in AI in the Gulf region, and G42 is playing a major role in making that happen. And by the way, G42 is chaired by Sheikh Tanoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan, who's the UAE National Security Advisor. So you can see how seriously they're taking AI development.
Wow, that really highlights its importance.
For sure. And they've put their money where their mouth is. G42 and Cerebra's Systems invested a reported $100 million in this project, and Cerebra's also provided 9 of their powerful supercomputers to G42.
9 supercomputers. That's a big statement.
It is, and it shows how dedicated they are to building independent AI capabilities, what they call sovereign AI. Abu Dhabi is really becoming a global center for AI innovation, and it's fascinating to see how they're using AI to preserve and promote their cultural heritage.
That's a really interesting aspect of it. And speaking of global recognition, didn't Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, actually talk about Joe's?
He did. Back in November 2023, he highlighted Joe's as an LLM service available on Microsoft Azure Cloud. That's huge for the project.
Okay, so we know Joe's was launched in August 2023, but how has it evolved since then? Like, where does the development stand now?
Well, the first version was called JACE 13B, meaning it had 13 billion parameters. Parameters, just so everyone's on the same page, are like connections the AI uses to process language. And they trained this model on a massive data set of 395 billion tokens, with 116 billion of those being in Arabic and the rest in English. It took them 21 days using the Condor Galaxy One supercomputer, which is another product of the collaboration between G42 and Cerebras.
That's incredible. So much data and computing power.
It is. But they didn't stop there. By early 2025, Core 42, which is another part of the G42 family, they came out with JAIS 30B. Now, this one has 30 billion parameters, so it's a much more advanced model. And they trained it on a data set of 1.63 trillion tokens. And this time, they significantly increased the Arabic portion to 475 billion tokens. So it's even better at understanding Arabic now.
So it's getting smarter all the time. And this isn't just for researchers, right? There's a mobile app now, right?
Exactly. Just recently, Core 42 released the JAIS chat app for iOS. So now anyone with an iPhone can use this powerful generative AI. And they designed it specifically to handle various Arabic dialects and cultural nuances. It can even do translations and help with communication across languages.
That's a game changer. Now, when it comes to performance, how does Jays stack up against other language models, both the ones focusing on Arabic and the general English language models?
This is where the University 365 publication gets really interesting. In tests, JACE has actually outperformed other Arabic language models by quite a bit. But here's the really amazing thing. It's also performing competitively against English language models of a similar size. And remember, it was trained on a smaller amount of English data.
That's really surprising. So are they suggesting that learning Arabic so well actually helped it understand English better?
That's what the developers think. They believe that mastering one language can actually boost its ability in another. It's something they're still researching, but it's a really fascinating idea. And, the UAE also developed Falcon AI previously, which was another open source LLM. But Jay's is a major step forward, especially with its focus on the Arabic language.
So where do they go from here? What's the future looking like for Jays?
Well, Inception and MBZU AI are constantly working to make JAIS even better. They're listening to user feedback and incorporating it into their development. And they've partnered with a bunch of organizations like UAE government ministries, ADNOC, Etihad Airways, and First Abu Dhabi Bank to get real-world insights and use cases.
That's smart. They're making sure it's actually useful in the real world.
Right. And they're not done yet. They plan to teach JAIS how to process other types of data too, like images, graphs, and tables. That'll make it even more versatile. Plus, they've made JAIS open source, which is really important.
I was going to ask about that. Why is open source so crucial for Jays' future?
Well, because it means that anyone can contribute to it. Scientists, developers, researchers from all over the world can help improve JAIS and come up with new applications for it. This is really good for the whole Arabic language AI ecosystem. And who knows, maybe it'll even inspire similar projects for other languages that haven't gotten as much attention in AI.
It's really amazing to see how the UAE is promoting linguistic inclusivity in AI.
Absolutely. They want everyone to benefit from AI no matter what language they speak. And by pushing the boundaries of Arabic language understanding, Jays is helping to create a more inclusive and culturally aware future for AI.
This has been so insightful. Now, for our listeners who are excited to try out Jay's AI themselves, how can they get started?
Well, the University 365 publication has all the details. If you're tech savvy, you can access the JAYS 13B model directly on Hugging Face. The link is https://huggingface.coinceptionijiz-13b. And if you're using Azure Machine Learning Studio, you can access it there too.
And what if you're not a coder? Is there a simpler way to try it out?
There is. You can actually interact with the model online. Just go to https://jays.inceptioni.ai and create a free account. Then you can start typing in Arabic or English and see what Jace comes up with.
That's awesome. And for the coders out there who want to really get into it, how can they integrate Jays into their own projects?
Well, the publication explains how to install it using the command pip install transformers. That's if you're using the Hugging Face transformers library in Python, which is pretty common. And they even give you some sample code to load the pre-trained model and tokenizer. Just use the model path, Core 42 J13B. And there's a get response function that shows you how to generate responses.
Cool. So they've given everyone the tools to really experiment with it. Can you give us a quick example of what that might look like?
Sure. The publication shows you how to do it in both Arabic and English. Like if you input the Arabic phrase, CONICU, which means the capital of the United Arab Emirates is, Jace will give you the right answer. And it works the same way if you type in the English phrase, the capital of UAE is. And of course, there's the JAS chat app for easy access on your phone.
So many ways to explore it.
It's amazing how accessible they've made it.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are the big takeaways you want our listeners to remember about Jace AI?
I think the main points are that Jace AI is a huge step forward for Arabic language models. It's a product of a really ambitious vision by the UAE, and it's performing incredibly well in both Arabic and English. And because it's open source and constantly being developed, it has the potential to really change the future of multilingual AI.
I couldn't agree more. And for our listeners, we hope this deep dive has given you a good understanding of this incredible development in AI and shown you just how exciting the future of non-English language AI is.
For sure. If you're eager to learn more, check out the links we mentioned for Hugging Face and the online Jays demo. There's a lot more to discover.
And if you're really serious about staying ahead of the curve in AI, consider subscribing to or becoming a member of University 365. They're the ones who published the amazing report we use today, and they've got a ton of great resources for anyone interested in AI.
They're a great resource, especially their weekly OWO AI publication, which covers all the latest developments in the field.
And finally, as you go about your day, think about the possibilities that culturally relevant AI models like Joy's are opening up for us. What other language-specific breakthroughs might be on the horizon? And how can AI help us bridge cultural divides and connect with each other in new and meaningful ways? It's a future worth thinking about.